Hi, welcome back to Real Estate for Real People. This episode is just Tamara and myself. We're going to talk about the market. So, Tamara, I'll let you sort of talk. What are we seeing out there in the market right now?
Well, there's lots of speculation. Lots of people are curious and wondering what's going on. And you're probably seeing, if you're local and you're here, you're seeing lots more for sale signs. And, still a healthy market, but a return to somewhat normal times. I think the, pandemic insanity perhaps has abated somewhat. As of today, they're in the central Okanagan. So that's from Peachland to Oyama. There are 932 houses on the market right now. Whereas at the end of April, there were 670. So
that's a huge increase, though, in just a short period of time.
Yeah, 36% climb in inventory. Historically speaking, if we go back and go, okay, well, what's normal? And in a good, healthy, kind of normal market, we'd be 1,000 to 12 or 1,300 listings. So we're still actually slightly below that. And of course, we've got a lot more people living here now and more coming. So I'm not concerned, but it has definitely cooled.
Well, we're seeing less of the multiple offer situations. You see that in some properties still, but those multiple offers that they come in are coming in, often not over asking price, often under asking price, certainly have conditions in place. But we're seeing really even less of that multiple offer, certainly over $1 million. Kind of a quiet spot in the market seems to be almost $1 million to $2 million, or
I would agree.
1.1 to 1.8 is a little bit of a quiet segment. And I think it's just buyers are taking a pause. I think interest rates are going up and inflation, and they're just sitting back and taking their time.
Which is really nice, to be honest. And I think it's even reassuring for sellers. I mean, certainly for buyers to have a chance to be able to do a home inspection, to have a chance to be able to spend more than 5 minutes inside a home before you write a check for $1 million. It's a much calmer market, but I actually even think for sellers, it's a calmer market. Yes, your house might take a little longer. Yes, you might not get as lofty a price as you had hoped, but it's, there isn't a question of, well, okay, I went 200,000 over asking, but could I have gotten 300? I think even sellers right now are feeling that things are just back towards more of a balanced time.
Well, and I think as well that we're starting to see is actually those that were wanting to sell their house, but they didn't list their house because they couldn't find anything on the market to move to, they're now feeling more encouraged to list their house. And I think that's part of why we're seeing inventory levels increase a bit, because some of those sellers are feeling a little bit more optimistic that they'll find a house. So that's a much better place to be in, that people are actually able to move and take their time and find another property. So again, it is going back to that balanced market. Now, when we say balanced market, I mean, sales were down in April 10% versus than they were in March, but we're still up. I mean, our prices are up, still from last April, so a year ago, 28% from April of this year. So it's, when people say, oh, the market's changing, it's shifting and doom and gloom, it's actually, it's still not bad.
No,
properties are
not
selling.
At all. I mean, look at the number of inquiries we're getting. Today, I've had 2 phone calls from people looking to move here. Both of those were from Lower Mainland. You were just on the phone yesterday. You had 1 or 2 people from Alberta?
I had 2 from Alberta and then 1 from Toronto yesterday. Wow. So people are still coming here. I think it's just that frenzy has sort of stopped, which we think is a healthy thing. Predictions for what the market's going to do. Interest rates are going to continue to rise. We already all know that. I think they're going up next Thursday as well. So, that's going to have an effect on the market. But I also think that Kelowna has so much to offer, that we've put ourselves on the map, and I think we're always going to continue to be a place of demand. So our inventory levels, although up, aren't up where we have too much inventory in the market.
No, comparing right now, 923 houses for sale, 923 or 932. I've got the number mixed up in my head, but
I'm going to hold you to that. Okay?
Just over 900 properties for sale. I mean, if we go back to, a down market or when things were really tough, that we hit 2,000 houses, single family homes in central Okanagan on the market. That would have been the last time we were seeing a market like that. And those kind of numbers was 2012.
Yeah, you're right.
2009 through 2012 was really that very soft market. And that was really, rather than being balanced, we're coming from a seller's market. That was, really in a downturn. That was a buyer's market. Yeah. And again, I'm with you, Shannon. I think that we are in a balanced market. It's a healthy market.
It is a healthy market. And we're still, when you look at the list to sale ratio, that number still indicates that we're in a seller's market. We're not in that balanced market yet, but we're heading in that direction. I suspect we'll be there in the summertime. I don't actually see prices decreasing, a huge amount here in
No.
the Okanagan. I think we may see prices go down in other big city centers across Canada, but I think Kelowna's always been the last market to go down and always the first market to go up when we've studied it in the past. And I think we offer so much in lifestyle and is such a demand of people moving here that I don't foresee our prices adjusting.
No. No, I would agree with you. I really would. And it's hard for young people looking at getting into the market and looking, when an average house price is $1.1 million,
know.
how do you get in? And, they are increasing supply. We've got a ton of new condos coming to market. I would love to see more single family homes, even townhomes.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to want to live in a condo. That's really not conducive if you have kids and dogs and mountain bikes. But, we're going in the direction of seeing a little more, choice out there, which a little more supply and some small units. I mean, some micro units and these studio apartments that are very small. And so they've got a lower price point. There's a new project that's just breaking ground right now, and those units are starting at $250,000. So,
Yeah, and that's downtown, isn't it?
It's right near our office, so near the technology center and Landmark Square building.
So really central location. I mean, that's a way
Very.
to get into the market. And our advice always when getting into the market is, buy something, plan to hold on to it for 5 years. It will go up in value, and then you can turn around and sell it and take your equity out.
Yeah.
So that's an option to get into the market. There are options out there to still get into the market. And, we think is locally and growing up here, we think, a family to live in a condo, but in city centers, they do it all the time.
Oh, it's true. It's true. I'm watching a great real estate show. If for those of you on Netflix, it's called The Agency, and it's a reality show, but it's not like the Selling Sunset kind of reality shows. It's set in Paris. It's all in French, but they've got English subtitles, and that's all you buy in Paris. You are going to buy an apartment, and big families with 3 and 4 kids, and they all live in condos. That's just how it is. If you're really lucky and you're spending, 5 million euros, then maybe you'll get a rooftop deck. But
Wow.
it's a great show. So Netflix, The Agency, all about real estate there. Because we think, and our listeners, I'm sure you guys all think, and it is really expensive here until you go look elsewhere, and then you realize it's actually a bargain.
Yeah, it's
which
true.
is sort of sickening, but
Yeah.
comparatively speaking, it's.
You're right. Well, I think that gives you a bit of an update. So thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. If you have any questions further about the market, we're always happy to help. If you would like to know what your home is worth, please reach out. We're always happy to give an unbiased opinion and an evaluation.
Stone Sisters, we want to help you love where you live.